Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I talked about Nelly and Ashanti before. We know they had a reality TV show showing their love that surprised a lot of people, the way their relationship is, and she had a baby, they got married, she had a baby, she's protecting the baby, not showing the baby, and Nelly showing signs of being jealous of the baby. I don't know if this was just for TV. And there were some red flags. There were some women wanting Ashanti to leave Nelly. And like I said, she's more than likely not going to do that. She just had a baby, really, and she's married. And maybe they'll work it out. I'm all for a couple working it out if they have problems. And maybe some of the things that people said, Nelly might have some self-reflection and do a little bit better with. I mean, they are affectionate, but and there was a little bit of drama about relocation, and he said I made it clear where I wanted to live before we even got married and everything. And there was a lot of things that I saw. Okay, a lot of criticism about their relationship, and people who are even upset that they even got back together. They're like, oh, Nelly spun the block. I just feel like, look, they were dating a little bit too long, in my opinion, but they were dating, it didn't work out, and they saw other people. They were seeing other people, and those relationships didn't work out, and they still had attraction to each other, and they rekindled their romance, and Nelly decided to marry her. Now, he did say he didn't want her to be a baby mama, and he married her, but I want him to also marry her because he's truly, really, really in love with her. And I'm sure Ashanti really, really wanted that. And hopefully it works out for them. At the end of the day, they got together, they got married, she had a baby. She probably even wants more children, especially from the same man. So we shall see what happens. But this video is about a video I stumbled on where a woman says that Nelly is triggered by Ashanti because there were parts of the show where he basically mentioned before that, I had to struggle. I struggled growing up, and Ashanti had a two-parent household, and she didn't really struggle as much as me. So I'm going to share a video clip of what the woman was saying, because you know what, it is true. There are a number of men who can resent you and be jealous of you because, oh, you were pampered. Oh, you were spoiled. Oh, you didn't go through what I went through. We see a number of these type of things in various different ways, and I'm going to talk about that. But let's look at the video clip of what this woman is saying about Nelly being triggered by Ashanti.
I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. Nelly resents Ashanti, and he is going to try and humble her.
Our families are very, very different, right? I grew up not having, she grew up not wanting. She understands a lot more that that's not the norm.
I grew up on the north side of St. Louis. I had no bed for the first 8 years of my life. Parents got divorced at an early age, so I moved around a lot. My mom, she did the best that she could.
When a man continues to bring up how poor he was and brings up the fact that his wife never had to struggle, that is not a backstory. That is a wound, and that leads to silent resentment.
I come from an amazing family. My parents are still married together, and we've always been a family unit.
Their family unity is something that you hear about. I didn't see it like that. I never did.
It's just not the norm, and the only thing you want to feel is appreciated.
He is now a husband, and a husband is called to lead. And when a man leads from insecurity, he will always want his woman to shrink so that he feels like he matters. But the problem is, soft women trigger unhealed men. And a man who had to harden cannot handle a woman who moves in peace. They will look at her ease and think that is laziness, and then they will mistake her rest as privilege. And the desire to try to humble her will take center stage. And just because he may feel some type of resentment towards her, it does not mean that he does not love her. I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud.
What she said is just so true and very interesting. Nelly, when he's saying that's just not the norm, that's not the norm all the time for black children. It is normal for a lot of children who grow up in different cultures to have both of their parents who do things for them. Not all the time, but a good portion of the time. He didn't grow up that way. He grew up again in struggle and being poor. My thing is never get with a man who is jealous of you or has these issues. Look, you can't fix everything. A lot of people have trauma, okay, things that happen in their life. But you should never resent, I'm not saying he does, but possibly, you should never resent your partner because, oh, well, you grew up like this. First of all, she's a girl, a woman, okay? You are a man. It's just you can't with this. But I see this a lot, when it comes to the 50-50 conversation. You have men who will get upset that, well, my mother was working several jobs. My mother did this. My mother did that. Yeah, but I'm not your mother and I don't have to operate like your mother. I don't have to feel less deserving of things that maybe your mother settled for things. A lot of things guys see with their mothers affects how they see women. If he sees you always dating man back to back to back that's in the house, he can grow up to view you and other women a certain way. If he sees you always doing everything and he doesn't have to do anything, and he hasn't been raised to pick up the trash, take out the trash, mow the lawn, make up your bed, do this, do that, and he's been completely spoiled, and he sees his mother working like a dog without a man, some of them might think, well, my mother was the one doing this, so why can't you? And he might have an issue that you say, look, I'm not going 50-50. Oh, I'm not working like that, or I'm pregnant and I don't want to work. This is why you have to discuss these things before you even get together. And there are a lot of men out here who will try to humble you, or again, they have a jealousy or anger, especially if you had a father. If you had a father who did things for you, and they might think, well, my dad wasn't there. He said, for me, seeing Ashanti with this family that's intact, that's not normal to me. And it's not normal for unfortunately, a lot of black people to see because of so many dysfunctional type of families. But that should be something you should be happy about. You should embrace that and be happy that your child will be able to have this with her side of the family and stuff. And there are men who do get upset and jealous and resent their women because, oh, she grew up pampered and I was in. So that's not my fault if you went through that. I'm sorry if you did, and all that other stuff, but let's make our life good together. Let's be happy together. Let's give our children what we didn't get to have together. Okay? Because there are men again who they have unhealed childhood traumas, and then they jump in, they get in these relationships. And I mean, just the fact when I saw him getting sort of jealous of his own child getting attention, this happens. And I think this happens with men who didn't get loved on a lot as a child, who crave attention. I just find it to be a mental illness. It's very sickening and weird. Any parent who's jealous of their child, that is very strange and sickening to me, because your child is your everything. That y'all should be best friends while you're still their parent and have a great loving relationship. But she said what had to be said in this video, that there are men who will get with women and they want to humble you or bring you down because, oh, you think you're better? Oh, you grew up like this, but I had to do this, but I had to do that. Or men who compare themselves to women. I am not a man. I should not have to have to be working like a dog and have it really rough. And I'm not saying a guy should have that kind of life either, but you should want your woman to be happy. It's like when I hear men say, oh, don't tell the woman she's so pretty, and this is your girlfriend. Oh, don't tell her this. Don't let her know she's beautiful all the time. Don't hype her up because she's going to get a big head. Okay, that's your woman though. Or men, oh, I don't want you looking good anymore. I don't want you wearing makeup anymore. I don't want other men looking at you. Oh, you think you're getting a big ego. It's because they fear that you will replace them and find someone else that is treating them better. Okay. And then you have men who get in relationships with women where they might feel pressure, knowing that you come from a two-parent household or money or something like that. And they think, can I give her what she's used to? It's interesting though, because I do see men saying, oh, I don't want to talk to a woman if she doesn't, have a father or two-parent home, making all types of judgments. Meanwhile, these same men come from broken homes that's not two-parent homes, and they can be the change by stepping up and being better men, being there for the woman and the child, and changing a generational curse, in my opinion. And while I'm saying this, it made me think of Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray was a lot of black men's dream girl in fantasy, but when she started being more vocal that she doesn't want to date broke men who can't live her lifestyle, she has a busy lifestyle, and she just prefers a man who is well-to-do, they got angry and offended by it. Meanwhile, Lisa Ray grew up with money. Her father was a very successful businessman who took care of her, who gave her what she wanted. That's how she grew up, used to having a father who would take care of her, who had money. So he set the standard, her father. So why does she get vilified? Because that's what she wants in her man, if that's what she's used to. Because you have men who get upset because they don't have as much money or they can't give her what she's used to. And then they make her feel guilty and think, well, who do you think you are? And it's like, well, excuse me, I had a dad who took care of me. I'm used to certain things, and I want to maintain that lifestyle for me and my children. And then they get upset. And then they might say, oh, gold digger, you can't call her that. She's used to money already. Have women having standards, especially black women having standards, and then them resenting you because, oh, this is what she's used to, but who do you think you are type of thing. And with Nelly and Ashanti, I hope they don't break up. We constantly see celebrity couples break up, and the history that they have together and things like that. Hopefully they can go to counseling, work it out. And I don't know. I actually heard a rumor that allegedly they're starting a YouTube channel together. Maybe, I don't know. They might show a little bit more. Maybe they'll show their child and stuff. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for this video. Be careful when you're dating. Look at the red flags if a man you're dating is actually jealous of you. If you accomplish something and he says, oh, you think you all that with that degree. Oh, that ain't nothing though. But I got this. I could do it too. Or, oh, you think you popping. Though you might think that these are little cute little things guys say, but in all actuality, a lot of men are hating on some of you. They're hating on you. They're not congratulating you, questioning you. How much money do you make? There are men who do that. They want to keep prying. What do you do? How much do you make? Oh, they're thinking, can I afford this woman? Or is she going to go 50-50 with me? Or they'll do things to guilt trip you for feeling bad about what you want in your man, even financially, and all of these type of stuff. And again, having trauma for having a hard life, not having a daddy, having a mother working jobs and not being able to rest, and being jealous of you for having a soft life, being jealous of you for having it easier and all that other stuff is crazy to me. Just do not date men like that at all. Don't date men who find joy in the struggle, who think that it's a great thing for you to have to struggle and to have things hard in life, and who get off on that. Absolutely not. So that is it for this video. And before I go, check out this company called nyzaaccessory.shop. Okay, you see the website right there. I love jewelry. I absolutely love jewelry, and I really love this bracelet. I love this bracelet so much. It has a tiger. Okay, I love the design and the jewelry. I love it. The gold earrings. I love her website. Very nice. Her jewelry is affordable, and check out her jewelry. nizaaccessory.shop. She looks amazing and I love it so much again. So that is it, baby. Please like, share, and subscribe.